So now I guess we're talking mostly about voyage optimization or weather routing. Could you maybe just, because you have that background, you've also been sailing in the past, right?
Yes.
As a captain, yeah. And also worked as an operator?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you do it sort of back then, if we go back 20 years or 10 years and say, how did you actually make sure that a voyage was optimized, giving the data and the experience that you had with you back then?
Yeah. So traditionally in shipping, the things have gone in silos. So as a captain, my job was to plan a route from A to B. With my knowledge was only restricted to the navigational part. Or I knew my ship, I knew the route, I will try to look at the weather forecast. But I didn't know what was happening as a market dynamics. How is marketing influencing? So I will create a route and then we will sail and we will make changes as we go along. So it was not a long-term planning because of course the weather forecast and all that was not that either concise or that easily available.
Yeah.
Similarly, operator was sitting ashore. They were looking at their charter parties and then they were trying to make a decision saying what speed I should proceed.
So you're saying that as a captain on the vessel, you would draw up the waypoints. This is the route I'm going to sail. Then you would get information on weather. Where would you get that from?
So
in terms of
there
safety,
are many different sources, or traditionally, if you don't go to that back far, but in the recent past, that I will send my route to a weather routing company.
Okay.
And then they will do the weather validation. I wouldn't call it optimization. It was just a validation saying, yes, your route is weather safe and there's no big risk from safety perspective.
Yeah.
I'll get that route back and every 3 to 5 days, they will look at 3 to 5 days forecast and see if there is any changes needed.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening in that black box ashore in the weather routing. With this new digital solution, we have now brought it right in front of the operator.
Yeah.
Saying this is what weather routing is. You can, and then we are looking at more broader framework where we bring in both navigational, operational, safety related, on top of that commercial constraints, and then trying to find the most economical route and speed from A to B.
Yeah. And that also sort of makes me want to ask, because you said the silos, so you could, on the vessel, you would design the waypoints. Maybe from the operation side, you would be concerned with speeds because you had the charter parties or the commercial contractual arrangements that you were in the know of. And that would have to be somehow sort of matched in a way. Now we have a digital tool, and I guess a lot of that tool is also about making the same data available both on the vessel and also for the operation side. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, at the end of the day, it's all about that one ship or that vessel. So whether you are looking at the voyage performance, or you're looking at hull and machinery performance, or you're buying fuel and bunker for that vessel, or you're looking at emission analytics of that vessel. It's all about that one ship. So that means that any data I have on the hull and machinery side will impact how I plan my voyage. And how I plan my voyage will also impact what will be the emission performance of the vessel. And that will also come into play. How do I plan the bunker and how do I procure the bunker? So it's all interconnected.
Yes.
And there are data points or results or insights from one part of this optimization which will be used in another part of optimization.
Yeah.